Well, hello, guys, and welcome back to the Up to 11 podcast. This is episode 4, and it's my review of the Mcfly gig that we went to in Manchester on Thursday night on the 12th. It's currently Saturday morning here, roughly close to 4:30, so I'm going to try and get this done really quickly. I've just published the news podcast that I did. It's quite long. I was trying to aim it for like 40-50 minutes, but I spent, I think, a long time on the Linkin Park issue with obviously Chester's son, criticizing the band and everything else. So yeah, go check it out. I do like go off on a massive tangent, probably about an hour and a half in. So yeah, it's at about an hour and 45 minutes or so. Go check it out because there's a few tidbits in there that you might want to listen to. I've got quite a nice, I was going to say knowledge then, nice little conversation going on with myself about the whole situation. But anyway, Mcfly, it was a decent gig. Mcfly were awesome as always. They had support from the Hoosiers. The Hoosiers. Now they're a pretty old band. They were on for an hour. I was only thinking they were gonna be on for like half hour, 45 minutes, but they were on for like just over 55 minutes. Did 12 songs, and they've changed their sound. I tell you, they used to be like really like fast pace. They did a cover, "We Didn't Start the Fire" from Billy Idol, which was good. Which was actually a really good tune that they did. They even did "Girls Just Wanna Have Fun" by Cyndi Lauper. They even did a Foreigner cover, which was wicked. I can't remember which one they did, but something about, I think they definitely did like 10, 11 songs or something like that, maybe 12. My mate unfortunately was ill through the gig, and he left just as the Hoosiers were finishing. It was on an airfield, unfortunately. When we on the drive up to Manchester, it was called the Barton Aerodrome, is where we went to, near the Trafford Centre, which is in the west of Manchester. It was it's called the Barton Aerodrome, and it was a grass airfield. It wasn't a concreted airfield. When we got there, it was fine. It wasn't particularly mushy, but obviously we got there, queued up, and we're like, "Yep, cool, sun's out, cracking." Before we went to the gig, we obviously went into the Trafford Centre, had a Slim Chickens. The Slim Chickens is banging. They've got mac and cheese now. If you haven't been to a Slim Chickens, I recommend. Trust me. My nearest one is in Cannock at the MacArthur Glen shopping outlet place. But we obviously go to the one in the Trafford Centre whenever we are in the Trafford Centre. It's a really cool shopping centre. I recommend going. They've pretty much got every type of shop that you can have. They've got this massive food court thing, which is actually really quite pleasantly nice. Where the restaurants are separate to the food. It's like a food court, but you've got the privacy of each restaurant, so you don't have to like grab your food or eat at the restaurant and just grab it and sit anywhere. You can eat it in the restaurant, which has got their own like nice little thing. I know Wagamama's looks pretty cool. Like when we walked past it, I was like, I'm pretty sure they've had like a nice little small renovation, but according to my mate, they didn't. So they've been touring, Mcfly have, of like outdoor venues throughout the summer. And if you've been to one of them this month, then fabulous. I'm going to just name a few of the places they've played. They've only played UK dates. So they've played at First date was on May 17th, and they've obviously gone throughout September. Tunes in the Dunes in, I'm going to butcher some place names now, Piranporth Beach in Piranporth, England. I'll actually get the map up and tell you where that is. It is, looks like it's in Cornwall or something. Or is that Devon? Nope, Cornwall. It's just west of Newquay. Oh, I'm surprised I didn't hear that. Just west of, southwest of Newquay, really. We go to Crantock Beach. It's a beautiful place to go. We go to a place called Travella Holiday Park. We stayed in a really nice caravan one time. Actually, the first time we went down there, because obviously we had the dog. Some of them have hot tubs, but obviously because we had the dog, we couldn't get the ones with the hot tub. And oh my god, the map has updated, and there's a load of holiday parks. I went down now by myself. Well, not down by myself. I drove down by myself with my girlfriend in the car. And yeah, we had a nice time. Really nice time. My ex-girlfriend at the time. No, my girlfriend at the time is now my ex-girlfriend. That's the one. The one I keep talking about in these podcasts. Oh, it's changed? Or is that a different one? I think that's a different one. Sorry, I'm looking at Crantock Beach, and there's like it's a really nice pub. Oh, here it is. The Bogey or the Bogey Inn, if you've ever been. It's a really nice little pub restaurant. At the time, they were having like big renovations being done, which by the looks of things, oh my god, it's definitely finished. That looks amazing, and the decking outside has been finished as well. That's nice. But yeah, you've got a whole panoramic view of Crantock Beach, and depending on where you are, you probably can see a little bit of Newquay of the town. But yeah, Crantock Beach. I tell you what, the hill at Crantock Beach is not for the faint-hearted. I tell you, to get up that hill when you're carrying stuff, I tell you what, and especially on the way back up, it's even worse. It's even worse because there's more of an incline, and of course the sand is quite soft, so you just going in. It's a hell of a workout. I'll tell you what. I don't look forward to it. I don't don't look forward to it at all. But it's a really great beach. Crantock, Newquay, Cornwall. Go and see. As we were back onto, so they played on the beach by the looks of things. I can't tell if it's like I don't know. I can't see where they might have played for I doubt it they played on the beach, but I could be completely wrong. Anyway, on to the next one. They played at the Yate Town Football Club in Bristol, wherever that is. The Riverside Stadium in Middlesbrough, I think that's their biggest show to date. The Riverside Stadium is the home of Middlesbrough, up on Teesside. In Middlesbrough, it's in the name. They have been home of Middlesbrough, and it's a decent stadium. It's like 40,000 capacity, isn't it? Oh, sorry, no, 34,000 capacity, 34,742. Oh, and they've been given provisional planning permission to expand it to 42,000. I presume they'll probably do that when they come back into the Prem, because they haven't been in the Prem for a while. So yes, really cracking stadium. It's a decent stadium because it's actually like a cubed block. St Mary's in Southampton's a good stadium as well. I'd say like those type of stadiums. The King Power Stadium in Leicester is also a good stadium. Those type of stadiums that have all the corners covered, and it's just pretty much like a level. Every corner of the stadium's like got a seat, and it's all symmetrical, identical. Every like, it looks all the same. Like it's symmetrical. It's beautiful. And I think James Arthur was support for him when they were playing that gig, and because obviously, oh, sorry, they weren't. Oh, they were support for Take That. Sorry, I totally forgot. Oh no, they weren't. June 8th. June 8th. June 8th. Oh, it was James Arthur's gig. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, James Arthur's from Middlesbrough, isn't he? James Arthur. Oh, I didn't realise he shared the same birthday month as me. Yeah, he's from Middlesbrough. Yo, James Arthur. I think that's his biggest gig to date. Well done, man. Congrats. Excuse me. So yeah, that wasn't their headline show, which is fair enough. To be fair, they could definitely headline a stadium that's around 30,000 capacity. I could see them do it, but they'd probably only do one date. The Emirates Stadium would be perfect for them. Just one date, and I'm pretty sure it would sell out. I could be completely wrong. Yeah. They played the Isle of Wight Festival this year. They were on early doors. They played, I think their show was at Warwick Castle, which was there. Then they played at Camp B Festival at Lulworth Castle, wherever that is. Lull. Looks like South Coast, and it's near Bournemouth, in the middle of nowhere, on the Lulworth Estate for Camp B Festival. Then they played at Sandown Park Racecourse in Esher. I don't know where that is. I'm pretty sure I Googled some of these places because I was like, I really want to go to one of these gigs. Oh yeah, it was in southwest London, near. If you just go past Heathrow on the M25, and then by the looks of things, take the A3, and then you're there. Ah, that's where it is. That's a pretty big racecourse. So I'm guessing that was their London show. Then they played at the Peace Hall in Halifax. Now, this is a place what I was thinking about. Halifax is in Yorkshire, if you must know. Yeah, the Peace Hall, it's like a courtyard, if I'm not mistaken. And there's been a few gigs, actually. I'm pretty sure Korn played there on one of their UK tour dates. So it's like an old-fashioned type of... I don't know how you would describe it. It's like a courtyard type of vibe. The Peace Hall in Halifax. It is the Peace Hall is a unique grade one listed Georgian masterpiece of the oldest remaining Georgian cloth hall in the world, in the heart of Halifax. This sprawling 18th century cloth hall now houses history, exhibits, shops, bars and restaurants, and yeah. It reminds me of like a budget Venice, where you got what's it called? What's that place called in Venice, outside the Basilica? Oh, that's gonna bug me. That is, I can't remember what it is called now. Hang on. Venice. Saint Mark's Square, isn't it? Saint Mark's Square. Yes, Saint Mark's Square. It looks like that, but budget. But it looks beautiful, I tell you. It looks beautiful. And so they obviously have the Christmas markets and it and all of the other events on. And I can tell you who else. Oh, Queens of the Stone Age played that. I just typed in set list and Queens of the Stone Age came up. The Peace Hall, Halifax. So, Jungle played there. Don't know who that is. Biffy Clyro. Ooh. That was this year? Damn. Why didn't I think about getting tickets for that? I love a bit of Biffy. Pixies played there this year as well. PJ Harvey. Damn. And obviously McFly. Status Quo. Holy moly. Status Quo. Jeez. McFly played 2 nights. Or was that a... I didn't see them. Did they play 2 nights? I must be going mad. Ah, yeah, there's the Korn set list. They played on the 9th of August. I'm just going to name off Richard Ashcroft, Buzzcocks. Noel Gallagher played there in his High Flying Birds. Nah. Bill Bailey played there. What the hell? Ideals. They're good. Tom Jones even played. Yo, we should have gone. I knew I should have picked this date, but I think I was the 18th. Yeah, the 18th we were at Busted, weren't we? Never mind. Rick Astley played. They were support. Tom Odell. Damn. Just gonna name the rest of them off. Played there. Placebo. Oh. Hello, Brian Adams. Damn. They do an awful lot of concerts. I'm in June. Sophie Ellis Baxter, was that? Or was it Nile Rodgers? I'm guessing that was Nile Rodgers and Sheik's thingy. Show. Sheryl Crow. Gordon Bennett. Yeah, it's one of those venues. Blondie played. She played 2 nights. Johnny. Oh no, and now we're into. Yeah, into the 2023s. So yeah, we should have gone to that one. It would have been better. Yeah, the 10th. Damn. Actually, was that the 10th? That was a Saturday. Because the 18th was a Sunday. And I remember I booked the week off following, or the week after that, I think a week or 2 later. So yeah, probably wouldn't have been able to have gone that one because it was a Saturday, and I would have had to use another one of my days. Yeah. Then they did Gone Wild Festival in Wells next to the sea. No idea where that is. It is in Norfolk. North of Norfolk. North coast of Norfolk, sorry. Is it near a major town? Sandringham Estate is pretty close. Is that? Oh no, I thought that was the one in Downton. Or is it? I can't remember now. If it's not really near a major town, apart from Fakenham. I've just butchered that name. Fakenham. Then they did Camp Beef Festival Shropshire, which is actually, realistically, I should have gone to that one. But like I said, it was a Friday when they played. And I didn't particularly fancy. And I don't think they weren't headlining. It wasn't their own show. Because obviously it was a festival. Which is actually just down the road for me. Near Gailey Island for Western Under Lizard at Western Park. Which is actually, that was at the site of the festival, if you know. I wish I went to V Festival, because it was literally just on my doorstep, if you think about it. But To be fair, when they were announcing the lineups, when was the last V Festival? 2016, wasn't it? I think 2016. Yeah, that was the last one. I thought it was. Yeah, because I looked at the lineup and I was in college at that time, and I was like, "Yeah, we gotta go. We've got to go." I was saying to my mate Tyler at the time. Actually, speaking of which, I never would have said yes to going to see this one. Bieber and Rihanna as the headliners. Hang on, when was I in? Oh no, it would have been 2015 because of Kasabian. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of Kasabian. 2015 was my final year at high school. So yeah, it would have been 2015, I think I said. I'm pretty sure though I saw the lineup and it had the Killers on. I was like, yeah, we gotta go. But we obviously never went. And then obviously the last one was 2016 and I had just turned 18, so I couldn't go to that one. So then they played in Cardiff at the Alexandra Head, the Bay Series in Cardiff Bay. I'm guessing they played in the car park, or was it on this little field here? I don't know. Or it could have been here. It literally could have been here, but I have no clue. Aqua Park, Cardiff. Yo, seeing those bits in the sea look kind of freaky. It's like a total wipeout course. I've been on one of those in Cornwall. Speaking of which, on the holiday, me and my ex-girlfriend, we went and did go-karting, and it was like a quarry. It was actually pretty close to the next one, actually, because I was Googling where this place was originally, and it was near St. Austell, or actually, no, sorry, near just west of Plymouth, wasn't it? St. Germain's. Yeah, there you go. At Port Eliot Gardens. And just up the A38 was the Adrenaline Quarry. Here you go. Where they had, oh, we didn't try the zip line. A cartwheel, which I crashed into the barrier. And, oh no, that was at the indoor place that we did. That really hurt me. My shoe came off and everything. It literally killed me nearly. The track was decent, and I think there were a few veterans who were racing around it, and I couldn't catch up to them, which was surprising. I'm pretty good, but obviously I weigh like over 100 kilos, so, and those guys probably weigh about 70 kilos. It was a good track. Oh no, I was behind someone who had a massive crash at this little chicane. I don't know if he was. I think he was trying to race one of the faster guys, and he just literally plowed straight into the tires, and I was literally on the bend before the turn before it happened. So I was like about 5-10 feet from the crash. Yeah. What did we do first? Did we do the go-karting, or did we do the quarry thing where they have like a load of? Honestly, with those life jackets on, it's really hard. I tell you, it's really hard. And then that was quite a drive. I tell you what, it's near Liskeard. If you ever want to go, it's really cool. And yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day, really nice day for a bit of go karting and a bit of quarry like activities. So yeah, they played at Port Eliot Estate, just down the road from that place. That was a really weird segue. That was, I tell you what, really weird segue. I love that segue. That was actually fantastic. Yeah, I was looking at this one. I was like, I'm still off. Well, I was off in that week, so I was like, this might be the Cardiff one, and the Port Eliot one would have been the better one because I was already off for a week's holiday, but unfortunately, yeah, I didn't bother because I already bought tickets. Well, I already booked my ticket for the last show because I thought, oh, with it being their last show, they might do something special, And it's Manchester. It's just literally up the road for me. And then they did a place called Lillard Edge holiday park in Jedburgh, and that's Scotland. Jedburgh Abbey. Oh, oh, that looks beautiful. That is a hell of an abbey. Whoa. Just looking at it now. It's just probably about 7-8 miles past the border between England and Scotland. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting hiccups now. Southeast of Edinburgh. That's beautiful. It was a holiday park in that place. I'm guessing it was a festival called Edge Fest. Never heard of it. Can I see where it is? Lillard Edge. I bet it's nowhere near the town. It's actually closer to St. Boswell's than it is to Jedburgh. And then that was their second to last show. And obviously we went to Manchester Barton Aerodrome. I'd tell you what, it's a decent place for a gig, but you best go when it's sunny. And I'm actually, I know they've actually got JLS playing there tonight. They've had Sam Ryder played there, I think, like a month and a bit ago. They've actually only recently started doing gigs. Yeah, they started doing gigs like last year. So yeah, the set list for the Aerodrome, it's actually Salford. It's located in Salford or Barton or Manchester. Pick which one. But I suppose it's Salford because we parked on the Salford. I'm guessing the Salford City Stadium, AJ Bell Stadium. Tell you what, for parking, it's pretty damn easy to park on there and to get off. So they played 15 songs really. The other one was a medley of some sorts. So I'll tell you what, Power to Play album is probably one of the best albums they've done, I would say. The guitar riffs and everything on that album are awesome. So obviously they kicked off with Where Did All the Guitars Go? Then The Land of the Bees, which is on their latest album. Then straight into One for the Radio, Stargirl, That Girl, Lies, Room on the Third Floor, obviously Everybody Knows that song. And then obviously, not really at the end of that song, but that's how they do it. Whenever they play Everybody Knows, they always do like a medley of other songs, and then they end Everybody Knows. But they did it. Finished Everybody Knows, but continued on playing into the medley like it was, and then they just finished. And from the set list, yeah, that's about right. Living on a Prayer, YMCA, Radio Gaga, Twist and Shout. Danny Jones on vocals, it was good. Happiness, All About You, Shine a Light. They played Red, which a lost song I think is one of my favourites. How it kicks in is awesome. And then Forever's Not Enough. Did they play that? I can't remember, now. Yeah, they did. I cannot remember, Yeah, I can't remember. I think they did. I can't remember. I was that cold. And then finished with Five Colours in Her Hair, which, yeah, cool. I need to start writing down the set list myself, but I can't be asked to get my phone out and just type something because I'd rather be in the moment. I mean, I did get my phone out to record a few tidbits, but you're still in the moment. You're not really looking at your phone. You're holding your phone and you're like you drift off. So the phone's pointing to the other to someone's back of the head, But yeah, decent stadium, a decent place to go for a gig. I would give the place as a whole a 9 out of 10. If it was concrete, it'd be so much better. But with it being grass, it lets it down massively. There wasn't really puddles. It's just obviously where they put. So the cables, they go obviously under like these plastic things, don't they? To keep everything sort of dry and stuff. But when there's a load of people, you know, going over it and it's grass that's like to the bit, it gets quite muddy on the edges. So the platforms were, yeah, you stepped onto literal like mushy mud. There wasn't any like, actually no, there was after that bit when near the main entrance, there was like puddles, and I stepped in a few of them, and to be honest, once I stepped into one, I was like, this was coming out. To be fair, I was like, yeah, bugger it, because is it illegal? 1 second. Sorry, it is not illegal. That's fine. Yes, I was like, you know what? I'm taking my shoes off. I couldn't be bothered to drive with my shoes on because they were so. I think it's illegal to drive with flip flops. You can get behind the wheel of a vehicle barefoot or while wearing flip flops. Oh, okay. It, they've changed that. It was you could drive barefoot, but you couldn't drive in flip flops. So yes, I had to drive barefoot. I actually drove with my socks on for the first bit, but then I think I put my shoes back on because I think we did. Was it the Knutsford services or was it the one after that? We literally stopped off and I was like, I need to take my trousers off because they were soaking wet. There was a Mackey's there, so we're like, yeah. My mate was like, yeah, I'll buy some chicken nugs. And obviously I was like, yeah, I'll get those. I had to put my shoes back on and they were soaking. And then obviously I took them back off and I was like, you know what? It's probably best if I actually drive without my socks because with socks there's a little. And to be honest, driving with barefoot, I would say, is a lot better than driving with shoes on because you're actually putting you have a better feel, I would say, because it's actually it may feel weird at first, but after 5 minutes you can get used to it. I remember I think I stalled like 2-3 times coming out of the car park. I mean, to be fair, it was bumper to bumper, and there was a load of potholes with a load of puddles in. I literally got to the car park. I actually even ran up the last bit of the hill, wherever it is. So it was really well organised, I'll tell you. So the A57 is where it's located, Liverpool Road, and it was quite a walk up. And when we got to the venue, I was like, I don't really need my hoodie on. So I took my hoodie off because I was hot. It's quite a thick hoodie. And that's the reason why I didn't get as cold as I did. Because it rained for an hour and it hailed as well for about 10 minutes. And that's why my mate was like, yeah, I'm going to have to go, kiddo. And I don't blame him with him not being well. Especially with the weather. I mean, for September, normally for September it can be quite chilly, but also in the day it's really warm. But a little bit of a shame it wasn't. I mean, the rain did stop after. Literally, the rain started before the Hoosiers came on, and then it rained for more than an hour. I had to take my hoodie off because it literally seeped through my hoodie for about half hour, 45 minutes. It rained. Sorry. Yeah, it rained. And luckily, because the hoodie was thick, it didn't come through till maybe halfway through the Hoosiers set. And at that point, my mate was already thinking about leaving. And I was like, really, kiddo? I mean, and at that point, I was like, he said, I'm going to go see if there's any shelter, you know. And there wasn't any, really, unfortunately, like where the bar was and stuff, which was a shame, really. And he said, he came back and he was like, hey, kiddo, can I have your car keys? I can't do this. I'm gonna sit in the car. And I was like, tell you what, do you want to go? Because I was the one driving, um, and I felt really bad really because I didn't want to leave, but also I wanted to because of my friend. I was like, we probably best if we go because yeah, you're not well. So I was like, yeah, shall we go? Shall we go, kiddo? And he was like, no, you stay here, enjoy the gig. And I was like, really? I mean, if you're gonna say that, then I'll stay here. You know what I mean? I paid money. I paid good money to come see. And to be fair, I really wanted to go see him. I really wanted to see Mcfly this summer, because I did try to get tickets for their Power to Play actually album tour, um, late last year, but I didn't get tickets. I don't know why. But yeah, it was a good gig. So they played 15, 16 songs, which, if you have a look at their other shows, yeah, kind of change the part. Let's have a look at this. 17's incomplete. 17. They played Transylvania and Broccoli. Oh, that's why I was hoping they would play Honey, I'm Home, because I love that song. It's one of my favorites on the album, on the Power to Play album. I thought they were going to play it because obviously Danny's from Bolton, which is pretty much Manchester, really, if you think about it. If you just travel a little bit further up in the M6, you are in Bolton. Yeah, so I was a bit annoyed that obviously with Danny being home, I was a bit annoyed that they did. Well, not really annoyed, but I was hoping they would play it, but they didn't. They played 19 songs in Cardiff, 18 really. So yeah, they played Corrupted in at the Peace Hall. Damn. Yeah, damn it. The good gigs they played at the gigs where I should have gone. They played the good songs. Oh, they even played The Heart Never Lies at the Peace Hall on the 10th. That's the one we should have gone. I'm so annoyed. They played The Heart Never Lies and Broccoli. It got fan suggested at the Peace Hall. What about that 18th? The 18th at the Peace Hall. Yeah, they played. Oh no, they didn't. They played Corrupted there on that day. Broccoli and Honey I'm Home. Yeah. Damn it. Never mind, Never mind. It's done now. I tell you what, though, I ain't booking a gig for September. If it's an outdoor gig, I ain't not going. If it had chucked it down a little earlier, like when we were driving up to Manchester. I mean, it did rain a little bit, but then it stopped. I think it rained for about 5 minutes and then literally stopped. Before the doors opened at 5 p.m., I'd say if it chucked it down when we got to because we got to the Trafford Centre about 3:30, I think, something like that, and then went and had a Slim Chickens. Oh, banging food. I would say it's better than Nando's. So yeah, if it rained then, I would have said, with my mate not being well, I mean, to be fair, the forecast did say sunny from when the gig was on, sunny, cloudy beforehand. And then I think when we got to the venue, I checked my phone, looked at the weather. It's like, yeah, sunny, sunny, sunny. And it just quickly did a 180 about an hour later, which was amazing. Which we saw this massive dark cloud to the south. And it went that way to the west. And we're like, yeah, that's great. That's brilliant. It's going to miss us. And then there was one coming from the east, the northeast. And following it was two rainbows. And we were like, uh-oh, it's going to rain. And it did. And then, yeah, and that was the rest of his history then. I had to take my hoodie off, like I said, before Mcfly came on. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to try and get warm as much as I can because I've stood here already through it and it stopped, like the rain stopped as the Hoosiers came off, which is bloody typical. So yeah. And I think my mate saw some naked women as well when he got to the car. Obviously, people left before, I presume, to get to the car beforehand, and people were stripping. So my mate saw some naked women, so he had a show. So yeah. So he had a better night than I did. But yeah, if it had rained beforehand, I would have said to my mate, I was like, with you not being well, let's just sack the gig off and go watch a film at the Odeon because we both got limitless, as you see. So, and the screen at Trafford Centre is it? Oh, I can't remember if is it an IMAX one? Pretty sure it's an IMAX one, isn't it, at Trafford? The Trafford, yeah, it's an IMAX. There's an IMAX screen at the Trafford Centre, so we probably would have gone to see a film. Or we would have probably done a bit more shopping. Well, actually, we didn't do any shopping. We would have done some shopping. And then, yeah, would have gone to see a film. If it rained like 2 hours earlier, like chucked it down 2 hours. I mean, if it started to it stopped raining, but if it continued to rain as we got to the Trafford Centre, I'm going to be like, yeah, kiddo, let's just not bother, shall we? I mean, yeah, it's what, 50 quid for a ticket each? So it's not like we're losing money. You know what I mean? I mean, we're losing money, but it's not like a massive thing. And I'm pretty sure we would have been able to get, never mind. Tonight's the night. That was WWE. Why do I keep getting it so damn late for SmackDown? Oh, the new SmackDown logo. What do we think? I'm liking the new logo. It looks pretty dope. Looks like Logan is becoming a full-time wrestler by the looks of things then. Because on the poster for it, you've got Logan, Nia Jax, Ali Knight, Roman Reigns, Tiffy, and Bianca and Cody. That's good. Tiffy's there. I can't wait for her to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase and get that championship. She deserves it. She's a great wrestler. Yeah, champion. Yeah, the 3 champs. Roman. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't put Andrade on there actually, because technically he's the WWE Speed Champion. That bugs me, that championship does. It's on X when you watch it. This is not a wrestling podcast. Sorry, guys. So yeah, the gig overall 7 out of 10. The Hoosies were terrible. The DJ was better than the Hoosiers beforehand. Actually, he had the tunes on. I tell you what, he was putting some banging tunes on. Whoever he was. I hope everyone enjoyed the Mcfly. I mean, yes, Mcfly were good. They were good. I'd say they were good. They were on a little bit less than because the Hoosiers came off just before 8 o'clock. I was like, so Mcfly could be on at 8:30 and do like an hour and 40-minute show. They didn't. They did like an hour and 20-minute show, which was a bit meh. They came on at 9 and they finished at 20 past 10. So, which is I mean, the set list was good. They played the hits, don't get me wrong. Out of the whole show, I would say the Busted show was better. And yet they were taking the mick out of each other, just like the Busted were as well. And I'm pretty sure they've been like saying, "Oh yeah, let's take the mick out of each other and stuff." Yeah, so and I think that they could potentially do the Busted thing again, which would sell massive tickets. And imagine Charlie being a part of it this time. They're all good friends. I mean, without Busted, you wouldn't have Mcfly. You wouldn't have them. Yeah, actually, without Tom and James Bourne of Busted, and Tom of Mcfly, you wouldn't have either band, because James and Tom wrote the music for Mcfly together, and I'm pretty sure Tom wrote a little bit of Busted's songs as well, along with Danny. If I remember correctly, Tom was actually going to be a part of Busted, but then they went with Charlie instead, didn't they? The joke is that he got the sack. But yeah. Hey, I'm gonna put a poll in the podcast. Who is bigger, McFly or Busted? And me and my mate had the conversation last night as well. Who is bigger? I'm like, well, I would say Busted are bigger, but McFly have probably got a bigger fan base, I would say, and quite a toxic one at that. I won't lie. I think they are quite toxic, but anyway, one more thing before I end the podcast now. Hang on, before I jump into that little news bit, I was saying, so yeah, 7.5 out of 10. McFly were awesome. Support were a bit meh. If they were fast paced like the music is on the studio albums, it would be brilliant. But obviously they're just in their 40s now, and they can't just, which I don't blame them. And I think it adds a bit of something to their music, which I think works, but it doesn't, if you know what I mean. Especially at the type of gig it was, where McFly are like really rocky and they weren't really. But hey ho. So venue's decent, but on a sunny day. Parking was decent. We got out of the car park about 5 minutes, and I left with everyone. And I'm pretty sure there was about maybe, there was to be fair, it wasn't like 20,000. I reckon it was probably just over 10,000 people there, give or take. I got merch. That's one thing that I wasn't happy about with a Busted gig. I got a hoodie that cost I can't remember, it was like 60, 70 quid, and it was a bit tight. So I was a bit annoyed at that. If it fitted me, it was good. It was an extra large as well. I said on the Busted one. So yeah, venue was decent. Getting out of Manchester was obviously easy. And yeah, it's Manchester. What's not to love about Manchester? It's a great place to go for a gig. AO Arena, the Co-op Live could do with a bit more, because there was, I won't lie, it felt quite squished at the Co-op Live, even though it's massive. Getting out of the place is a nightmare. Out of the building, because the foyer is actually pretty small. The foyer is really small, and everyone from standing is getting out in that direction. There's not like another door. I think, is there another door? I can't remember. There's literally one door for the standing bit, which is not that good. Is a bit, yeah. So I would stick with the AO Arena, because it's always a better arena, AO. So one more thing before I end the podcast, like I said. So there's a few more gigs this year that I'm going to. So there's one gig on Monday the 28th of October at the Huna at the Sugar Mill. Then I'm seeing the Vaccines at the not the Civic, the other one, the Wolfen Hall, should I say. 3 days later, the Vaccines. Oh, I can't wait. We are then seeing Kasabian in November. I can't remember what the date was. It's on Ticket Factory, not Ticketmaster. Then I'm seeing the Cortinas. Actually, no, seeing the Script first, I think, on the Wednesday, 20th. Fingers crossed. I haven't put it off. I'm hoping, because I couldn't, because one of my managers is booked it off. And hopefully I can use 2 of the days as my normal days off. And I'll happily work some other days. The Script on the 20th at the Motorport Arena in Nottingham. and then Cortinas on the Friday or the Saturday, and then Slipknot. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing one more gig in that time. I did have tickets for the Sim 41 for that Monday the 28th, but they were for a girl that I met at a Queens of the Stone Age gig last year. We got chatting, really nice girl, but she hasn't messaged me since. We went to see ACT together. I did have tickets for me and my dad, and my dad couldn't go. He actually eventually could because he got made redundant. But obviously, I already asked the girl Holly if she wanted to go, and stupid me, I didn't say yeah. That's however much this for the ticket, and yeah, so that's life, unfortunately. Men, don't just take a girl anywhere just for the sake of it. Yeah, I did quite like the girl. I mean, to be fair, I was punching. I won't lie, punching. I need to go to bed. It's like 25 to 6. I've got work at 11. How fun. So yeah. So we did have tickets to see Sim 41. Yeah, she went to see AC/DC with me, and I'm pretty sure she couldn't get home because obviously it's a Sunday. There's not many trains going to Bath. So I was like, yeah, I don't mind taking you home. I mean, she was going through some like a little breakup, so I was trying to like be there for her, sort of thing. But never mind. Anyway, so one more thing before we end the podcast. I got tickets to see Linkin Park. Very lucky. I got into the obviously the pre-sale. Woke up a little bit later than I wanted to on the Thursday. Didn't put an alarm on. I was just completely knackered from, I'm guessing, the Wednesday, and I woke up during the queue when there was about 32,000 people ahead of me. I was like, yeah, there's going to be no tickets left, and the stupid me, and it counted down all the way to 32,000, and I was like, and it just redirected you to the where it has all the times, and I was like, oh, what's going on here? When it came to my turn. But I was like, hang on a minute, what did it say in that update thing? I'm pretty sure it said like a link if you've got, and then you click the link because the Ticketmaster weren't doing the pre-sale. It was the O2's official like box office called AXS. And I clicked it and it redirected me, and I was like, and I had to put my obviously my LPU code in. And I was lucky. Obviously, there's no standard tickets left, and to be fair, I wasn't that bothered because it was all the way down in London on a Tuesday night. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to be completely knackered because I'll probably be doing the Open on the Wednesday. Fingers crossed, I'm not. The close would be preferable, but so I was like, yeah, just two tickets. They're quite pricey, but to see him on their first time back here in the UK since, yeah, I mean, it would have been better for them to do the place that they played the last time, which was Birmingham, but I see why they did London, because they're doing Hamburg in Germany, which makes no sense actually, because that's Hamburg, but probably the Uber Arena in Berlin was probably not available for another month or two yet, and maybe the arena in Munich, if there is one, probably was fully booked, and probably the ones in the other major cities like Cologne and yeah, so they probably went to Hamburg because it's in between two major cities, Berlin and like Cologne and Dortmund and Dusseldorf and that. So that's probably the reason why they picked Hamburg, even though there's like a massive distance between them. And it's also quite near. I was going to say quite near Copenhagen, but it's quite far from Copenhagen. It's not too far from the border between Denmark and Germany. Probably about 100 mile, but doable. So yeah, that's probably the reason why they did Birmingham, the O2, because the Utilita in Birmingham's probably completely fully booked. But it would have meant something for them to do the Utilita, I feel, because it was the last show they did as the band, the last show that Chester had done. But maybe for the simple fact they didn't choose it, obviously, because I can imagine a load of emotions would probably be so. Anyway, but yeah, I got tickets. I was happy. I'm gonna say no night now. Because I've got to be up in about 5 hours, just over 5 hours time, 5.5 hours, because I've got to be up around about 10:20 in the morning, and it is roughly 5:42 a.m. at the moment on Saturday the 14th of September. I best remember to put down a poll for who is better, Busted or Mcfly. But yeah, so that was the last show of the summer, technically. Even though we're into autumn now. We're halfway into autumn. Busted was technically the last summer show, really. And it was it would have been a good one to finish on, but already had the Mcfly ticket booked. But if it was a month, like I said, if it was at the Halifax one, it would have been so much better and perfect. Because I actually had to book the 12th of September off anyway. So annoying. I hope you have a good weekend, and I don't know how many weeks till Christmas. About 14 weeks till Christmas. And about 6 till Halloween. 7 till Halloween. Yeah, and then 13 weeks. I'd say 13 weeks to Christmas. 13? I think so. I could be completely wrong. I ain't gonna bother doing the math. Anyway, have a good weekend. Stay safe. Yes, this has been your host up to 11 podcast, Mr. Dan Groom, and this has been the Mcfly review from the Manchester Barton Aerodrome for the 12th of September 2024. Peace.